What Lonzo Thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer up my unsolicited views on everything from music, movies, politics, sports, religion, pop culture. You name it, if it's happening, I'm talking about it. My thoughts are unsolicited, but hey, you know how I do. Alright, next on my list of Prince reviews is Planet Earth. And what I've been doing is a retrospective review of every Prince studio release from beginning until the end. Alright, Planet Earth was released on July 15th, 2007, and it marked a bit of a turning point in the latter half of Prince's career. Now, first of all, it was released with very little fanfare or promotion in the States. And if you think about it, in the latter half of his career, Prince really toned down his self-promotion or just promotion altogether. And I think this was an offshoot of his battle with his record label, Warner Brothers, as he struggled to get control of his masters, and how he pretty much soured on the traditional music industry and the way things had been done previously, of course, where the record label owned pretty much everything and the artist had very little control. So once he emancipated himself, for lack of a better term, his promotion of his music really kind of morphed into this androgynous thing that you never could really put your finger on. He would release free versions of his music, free versions of his albums. He would like in the Sunday newspaper, and he had all these unique ways of getting his music out to the masses. He would include the album in the price of a ticket to his concerts, and people say it was free. It was not really free because you paid more for the ticket, but it felt like he was giving you a gift for coming to his shows and everything. So with Planet Earth, he did very little promotion in the United States, and the album still debuted in the top 5 on the Billboard charts. And he did more promotion overseas, especially in the UK, where the album was released with the local newspapers. And of course, this kind of miffed the music industry, as his self promotion through these different means really started to, I think, give other artists license to start following in his footsteps and taking more control of their music. And of course, that hurt the bottom line for the record industry and the record label. So good for Prince. I'm glad. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get into the music. All right. And what I generally do is I'll go through each track, just offer up a brief snapshot opinion off the cuff of that particular song, and then I wrap it up with a brief analysis and my thoughts on the work as a whole. Now, the first track is the title track, Planet Earth. And as I've said many times before, Prince really likes to open up his records with a sprawling track. Usually it's the title track, and it's this big magnum opus that really kind of pulls you into the record, and he kind of takes it over from there. And Planet Earth is no different than that. I love Planet Earth, the song. It's a magnificent song, one of his better opening tracks. It's a meandering tune, but it's a powerful meandering tune. It's a mid-tempo song, and the things that he's talking about, just his thoughtfulness in his lyrics and the melodies and his vocals were as powerful as ever. It's a great song to listen to. I love listening to it over and over again. It is a powerful song. Do not miss Planet Earth. Next up is Guitar. Now, Guitar was probably the most popular song from this record, and it's just that, guitar. It's Prince at his baddest, just waxing poetic on that guitar, and it was voted one of the top songs of 2007, in fact, and it's a great guitar jam. And the song is called Guitar. I love you, baby, but not like I love my guitar. Another great Prince song. Great title, great concept, great arrangement, great vocals, great everything. Planet Earth, the album, starts off great with 2 magnificent songs, so you know where we're going here. Next up is Somewhere Here on Earth, which is once again a mid-tempo ballad type song, a lot of acoustic, strong vocals. It's a nondescript song. It's not a bad song at all. I like it a lot. It's a very strong track, so be sure to check that out. Next up is The One You Wanna See. Once again, it's a mellow, laid back track. Um, it's um, it's piano and guitar heavy, and it's Prince at his finest. It's not a forgettable song. It's not one of his best, but it's certainly a solid track. And next up is Future Baby Mama. Now, I really, as far as slow jams go, this is one of his better slow jams of the latter part of his career. Future Baby Mama is a strong song, and I love the concept. I love the imagery behind it. It's a kind of a visual song, and it's classic Prince slow jam ballad. And it's one of those things that you can just put on when you're with your girl or wife or whomever you're with, and get busy to. And you can definitely knock boots to this one. Next up is Mr. Goodnight, which is a fun song. I like the concept behind it, and his vocals and his arrangement are top notch. Mr. Goodnight is probably the most fun song on this record, and it's kind of tongue in cheek, but I get where he's going with it. Once again, strong song. Don't miss it. All the Midnights in the World. Pretty nondescript. I think of all the songs on this record, it's the one that, if you're going to skip a song, this will be it. It's not a terrible song, just kind of unremarkable, if anything. Next up is Chelsea Rodgers. Now, Chelsea Rodgers, in a way, it kind of reminds me of the Ballad of Dorothy Parker. Not in obviously, Dorothy Parker is my favorite song of all time by any artist ever. So I'm not even measuring Chelsea Rodgers by that standard, but it kind of puts me into the mindset of a Dorothy Parker. And I generally, if I make a mixtape and Dorothy Parker's on it, Chelsea Rodgers is not far behind. Lion of Judah, yeah, I like it. It's him kind of going back into his Jehovah's Witness leanings and things of that nature. So whenever he did things like that, I kind of shied away from it. But it's not a bad song. I do listen to it. But I, sometimes I kind of grimace when I hear it. But it's a good song. And finally, Resolution, which is a guitar heavy track, acoustic guitar heavy track, very strong. It's the final song on this particular album, and it's a great close to the record. Resolution really doesn't resolve much, but it's a great song to listen to. So I highly recommend it as well. So that's it, 10 songs, and another thing about Prince is sometimes he'll give you this big magnum, of work with just 30 songs on it, and sometimes he'll just trim it down and just give you 10 rock solid songs that he's proud of, and that is what Planet Earth is all about. Planet Earth is a great album, a great album. It was highly slept on because it wasn't heavily promoted, so it really didn't get the recognition it deserves, I don't think. The critics were kind of in middle of the pack with it, and I do understand that some of the songs are kind of meandering, and really you gotta kind of be a Prince fan to kind of take a liking to those. I don't think Planet Earth was a record that was meant to generate new fans, but I think it was more of a love letter to his diehard fans, people like me, and that's the way that I took it, and I really appreciated Planet Earth for what it was. Once again, of the 10 tracks, 8 of them are rock solid, borderline masterpieces. I think Planet Earth is a masterpiece. Guitar's a masterpiece. Future Baby Mama's a masterpiece. Chelsea Rodgers is just a cut below that. Resolution is really, really good. A lot of strong tracks on this record. It's a good record to listen to. You don't have to skip, really you don't have to skip any track to enjoy this record. Like I said, there are a couple that, if you feel like you have to skip, you can skip Lion of Judah. And you can also skip All the Midnights in the World. And those are only two that I'm saying that you can get away with kind of passing on. But all in all, it's a great piece of work. And when it comes to this particular record, I get kind of melancholic when I listen to it, because it's like when I listen to Planet Earth nowadays, it's like I see the finish line. It kind of puts me in a place where, this is the swan song basically of his career. It's him getting into the last quadrant of his life, and it makes me kind of sad listening to it. Sometimes because you can see the end from this record. If I'm making any sense, I can see the end when I listen to Planet Earth, and that makes me kind of sad. But at the same time, Makes me feel good because I got it. So, what do you think? Hit me up. What are your thoughts on Planet Earth? Like I said, it wasn't the most well received Prince record, and it wasn't the most heavily promoted. A lot of folks don't even know this record exists, unfortunately. But his diehard fans know exactly what I'm talking about. So, if you have given it a listen, tell me what you think. Or if you listen to this and now you're curious and want to pick it up, check it out. Go to Tidal. All of his work is on Tidal. Jay-Z, thank you for that. Yeah, check them out on Tidal or go buy it or order it on Amazon. I'm sure you can find it. It's in print, so it's definitely well worth your time, well worth your money. It's a great album. It really is. And I think you'll enjoy it. So what do you think? I'm off base. How do you feel about these songs? And what's your favorite song on this record? Is Planet Earth really a masterpiece? Is Guitar a masterpiece? What about Future Baby Mama? Or was it just, was it pandering? I don't think Prince pandered with this record. He didn't, because he didn't promote it. He didn't pander. I think it was definitely a love letter to his fans. So what do you think? Hit me up on Twitter at What Lonzo Thinks. Email, that's Gmail. That's whatlonzothinks at gmail.com. I'm still on Patreon. Smack it up. Rub it. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Tell me what you think. All right. Once again, Prince, Planet Earth, great record. Don't miss it. Tell me what you think, because now you know what Lonzo thinks. Bye.